Hello everyone, thank you for joining me live on today's Facebook stream. Today we're not going to be doing any Facebook live lessons, I'm afraid, so you're going to have to wait for Tuesday for that to happen. But thank you for taking a bit of your time to join me on this walkthrough, this particular program that I'm offering my IELTS students or IELTS candidates in general, should they need some help with writing their visual descriptions in IELTS Writing Task 1. Okay, so as you may have already known, you would have seen a couple of advertisements showing you how you can actually get your hands on this free service where you go to this particular post on Facebook or anywhere else for that matter. If you're on my email list, you should already have received a sort of a link that leads you to a page where you can sign up for the course. So if you're not already on my email list, this is the link that you could click on, and it takes you directly to a page that says 6 days to target score IELTS Academic Writing Task 1. Now what this means, or what this is a mini 6-day course where you will go on a learning journey where you will understand what exactly IELTS examiners are looking for when they assess your Task 1 visual description. And I will break it down for you criterion by criterion. Not just the 4 criterion, but I will break it down further for you. What goes on within coherence and cohesion, for example, under organization. How we actually look at your grammatical range and accuracy in more detail. So before you even put pencil to paper, these are the things that you have to understand first, and then we're going to take a look at an example writing script, a real writing script submitted by an IELTS candidate. And again, we're going to break this down into how the examiner assesses that script in relation to the 4 criteria that I will have already gone through with you in previous lessons. Okay, so all of these things take about 6 days, and at the end of the 6 days, what will happen is that the course will take you to a different site where you will do another, not another mini course, but a sort of a quiz, if you like, where you will be tested on your understanding in areas of what you will be tested on in the Writing Task 1 description. And after that, it will take you back to the main course platform where you will be given a Writing Task 1 visual text, and you will have to try and analyze this text and try to interpret and describe this text based on your understanding of what has been covered in previous lessons. Okay, so we'll take a look at that in a bit more detail later on. So as I was saying, if you click on that link on my Facebook page, it will take you to the sign up page where it shows you a description of what's involved in the course. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to click on Enrol. And once you've done that, it will take you to a form where you will have to fill out your first name as well as your best email address. Okay, so if you do sign up for the course, make sure that you will receive a confirmation message in your inbox. And if you haven't received anything, you might want to check your spam or your junk folder in case it gets automatically directed there. Okay, so once you've signed up for the course, you'll get a confirmation message and a welcome message stating that, congratulations, you've joined this course and this is what you'll have to do next. Okay, basically what you'll get from me is a message that contains two very important links. Okay, the first link is the one that will take you straight to the course where you will start doing your first lesson. Most of these lessons come in video format. Okay, so it doesn't take, I think, more than 15 minutes of your time to actually digest the information from the video lesson. So, and it goes on day by day. So that means once you have done lesson number 1, you will not be able to go to lesson number 2 until you have finished watching video lesson number 1. Okay, so you're going to have to wait 24 hours before the next lesson comes along. So you're going to have to follow the lesson step by step rather than, digest all of the 6-day information into one whole day. If you don't have the time for that, I'm sorry, but it does contain quite a bit of information for you to try to understand. So this will go on throughout the 6 days. And then I think towards the end of the course, you will then have to click on this link. Not on the first day, mind you, because if you click on the link immediately after you've received this message, it will take you to a meeting platform, but you will not be able to enter the meeting room until the 7th of October, where we will be gathering together to discuss your writing that you have done on the course. Okay? So you might want to keep this email message in a safe place and not leave it in the junk folder or the spam folder where it gets automatically deleted after a number of days. All right, so this is what you'll get once you've signed up for the course, these 2 very important links. And okay, now once you've clicked on the first link, it will take you to the front page of the course where you might have to click on Enrol and register your name again. It's not a tedious process, but this is something that you're going to have to do very quickly. So I'll have a record of how many people actually are interested in doing this course with me, instead of just lurking around and not doing anything about it. So you're going to have to click on that button and to get your course started. All right. So once you've done that, what happens is you'll see a series of lessons that take you through what we will be covering in those 6 lessons. Plus, you'll have 2 bonus lessons. The second of which you will be given a writing task 1 question and asked to practice or implement what you have learned onto your own writing. And then later on, we're going to be discussing your writing together in a meeting room live. Okay, not on Facebook Live, but you'll be getting a link from me that takes you straight to the meeting room. So like I said, you might want to hold on to this particular link because it takes you straight to the classroom on this particular day, and the time will be confirmed in a separate email. Okay, so as I mentioned before, in lesson 1, what happens is that I'll be taking you through familiarizing the assessment criteria. You need to understand, you need to understand the basics of what's happening here? Of what is required of you before you start writing. Okay, so you can't really start writing until you know what you're supposed to be writing about. Okay, it's a bit like going into the kitchen and start cooking something when you don't really know what your family wants to eat. Or, in finding out that what you've cooked is not exactly what they wanted to eat. So, if you can take that metaphor, I suppose it's similar to IELTS writing. And then in lesson number 2, I will show you a writing script where a candidate answers a particular question, and we will measure this script against the 4 criteria. Okay? And in lesson 3, we will be looking at how the script is being corrected, what examiners are looking for when they are assessing your script. And again, this will be measured against the 4 criteria in more detail. Afterwards, you will be looking at a model answer and see how this answer fulfills the criteria as opposed to the candidate script that you have already seen earlier on. Okay, now bonus 1 takes you to another website where you'll do a quiz or a short test on IELTS Writing Task 1, and bonus 2 will take you to a link to where you will need to be available at a particular time to discuss your writing with me. Okay, so you do not want to miss this, because this is something that I offer my students, I think, once in a few months. So once registration closes, I will not be accepting any more requests for scripts to be checked or marked. So you need to take advantage of this opportunity. All right. Now, in bonus 1, as I've mentioned earlier, you'll be taken to a different platform where you'll be doing a sort of a quiz, where you'll be analyzing a chart and then answering several questions about it. Okay, and then at the end of the quiz, you will be able to see how you have performed. You'll be graded on that quiz and measure your understanding against what has already been covered in the course. And in bonus 2, as I've mentioned before, you'll be given a particular task where you'll be asked to implement everything that you've learned in the course to this task. Okay, so that's basically it. All right, so I hope that's not too difficult for you to understand the process. It's really quite straightforward. What you're going to want to do is to click on that link, because as I'm talking to you right now, the clock is ticking, and I will close the enrollment at exactly 12 midnight London time. Okay, so I think you have about 8 hours left. So if you go to my blog, I think there's a post on the first page that has a countdown timer that shows you how much time you have left. You really have got nothing to lose. I mean, there's nothing for you to have to pay. You're just basically going to take aside a bit of your time to learn something that's useful, which is always positive. Okay, so and it's also your chance to ask me anything that's related to writing task 1 or about IELTS in general. If you have any questions about the test that's been niggling in the back of your mind, this is your chance for you to get that question out in the open and have those questions answered once and for all. Okay, so basically that's it. Don't forget to go back to the Facebook post that with the link and click on that before midnight today, GMT London, and hopefully I'll be able to welcome you on the other side and address any sort of questions or problems that you may have when confronted with writing task 1, because it generally gets ignored in favor of task 2. And of course, for those who have already taken the test, you know that when you get your test report, you won't be able to tell whether it's task 1 or task 2 that's brought your score down. Yeah, so you might want to know if you're actually going in the right direction when you do this part of the paper. Okay, thank you very much for joining me in this very short, brief session. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave your comments in the comments box, and I'll be more than happy to address them. Okay, so you have a good start to the week, and I look forward to welcoming you on the course soon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye for now.